This podcast is brought to you by absolutely no one. We have no sponsors and no one cares. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Movie Mates podcast. I'm Matthew here with my wonderful co-host and best friend,
Callum.
Callum. How much effort have we made to do this?
This is our third attempt at recording.
Yeah.
We recorded a 1 hour and 2 review of this film.
Yeah.
Got deleted. Then we were amidst the second when it deleted again.
Yep.
So this is third time round.
Third time lucky. Yeah.
Third time's a charm, hopefully.
I hope so.
We hit our peak subscriber
We
count.
did. Thanks to everyone from NCS who subscribed. These are
Yeah.
all legends.
We got to 48. We're back down to 47. RIP.
Yep.
I believe we. I think we gained 4, lost 3. Sorry, no, other way around. Yeah. But I'm very happy with the growth of the channel.
Yes, we like to thank every new subscriber and everyone who's viewed the videos. We really do appreciate it.
I just realised I'm absolutely not on my notes.
Today we've got a different setup. We're at my house recording today.
We're in an actual office.
We're in an office for once. Yeah, we've
We're unfortunately not gazing into each other's eyes today.
No,
we're side by side.
very close.
Yeah.
Not like romantically close, just close.
Inches from each other.
Yes.
Uh,
So Callum, do you want to take us through what we're going to be talking about today?
Today we are going to be doing. Sorry, I got very caught up in that. I thought it said that we've been recording for an hour and 21 minutes. Today we are doing our review of Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Yep.
1 week late, unfortunately.
1 week late.
We'll be doing a series of episodes on Spider-Man. A week from today we'll be releasing our Raimi trilogy review.
Absolutely.
And a week from that we will be releasing our review of the Amazing Spider-Man films, Homecoming and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Absolutely, yeah.
So today we're going to take you through our non-spoiler thoughts and then our spoiler thoughts.
Yeah.
And we will make it very clear which side we're talking about in case you haven't seen the film yet.
Yeah, so if you don't want to hear absolutely anything from this film at all or still haven't seen it, I'd imagine everyone has at this point.
Yeah.
Just probably don't watch this because the spoiler-free thoughts might have a little bit of spoilers thrown in,
But
not very minor.
100% come back when you're done.
Yes, 100%.
Because,
It's the Movie Mates.
we need the views.
Yeah.
And you'll love it.
And
You'll love it.
Well, I don't know about that.
No.
So, Callum, do you want to take us through spoiler-free? So this is the non-spoiler section.
Yes.
Yes. So it's going to be a little shorter than the spoiler, but we'll try and talk about as much as we can.
Yes.
So, Callum, what's your thoughts?
Broadly, I just wanted to chat to you about performances.
Yes.
Tom Holland, did you want to talk about first?
I think his American accent, the English twang is still there, but I think it's better.
You think it's improving?
I think it's improving, yeah.
I think it's improved from the Avengers films. I think it's somehow worse there,
Yeah.
but similar to Homecoming. But still, he's amazing.
Absolute charismatic delight.
He's very energetic.
Yes.
He portrays a teenager excellently.
Yes, absolutely.
I think the whole cast do.
Yeah, the whole
somehow.
cast is excellent. Yes, the whole cast is excellent. Especially Jake Gyllenhaal.
100%.
He is amazing in this. Another member of the cast is Jake Gyllenhaal, who is
Yes.
an absolute delight in this.
He is a delight.
He is great.
I think he portrays the sensitive side of Mysterio very well.
Absolutely.
There's several heart-to-hearts in this film.
Loads.
Where he has to motivate Spider-Man to continue.
He is an Uncle Ben type figure.
He is an Uncle Ben type figure, but I still miss the presence of Uncle Ben. I wish that he had in fact been playing Uncle Ben. I think Gyllenhaal would have made a fantastic Uncle Ben.
I think so too. I think Tobey Maguire would make a good Uncle Ben.
I think it would be hilarious. I mean, it would be terrible,
Yeah.
but I think I would love it.
One character I'd like to point out in this film who I love is Martin Starr, who plays Mr. Harrington.
Right?
I think he's fantastic in this. I just think he's really comedic, and he has
He's
a lot
just
more
so
to do.
depressed.
Yeah, he's like, oh my. What can we mention about his wife pretended that she flipped so that she
Yeah.
could cheat on him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking. I really felt for that guy.
Yes.
And it was recently retconned that he is playing the same character as he did in The Incredible Hulk.
Oh really?
Yeah, so they
Was
are.
he the computer guy in Incredible Hulk?
Yeah, it said in the novelization that he was playing Amadeus Cho, but obviously he's not Asian.
Yeah.
So it has been retconned that he was, for the whole time, Mr. Harrington.
Okay, I like that.
I also enjoy that.
What are your opinions on Zendaya's performance? And Jacob Batalon's as Ned?
Oh, I think Jacob Batalon is excellent.
Yes.
Their friendship reminds me of ours,
It
almost.
does a little bit, yeah.
We
Who
don't.
would be who? Would be who?
I'm probably the guy in the chair.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, but we need to nail a handshake.
Yeah, we do.
We'll get round to
We'll
it.
get round to that, yeah.
But yeah, I think they portray a friendship very realistically, which obviously mirrors their real life friendship.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. I think Zendaya's also, her acting's up another level. I think she's fantastic in this.
She's definitely better than in Homecoming.
Yeah. Excuse the audio noise, the window is open, it's quite warm in here.
Yeah. I should slip out of this hoodie.
Come on. Yeah, so as this is an audio medium, Callum is currently stripping in front of me. What's that? What t-shirt?
It's a Superman t-shirt.
This is what makes the pod, you know?
Yeah, the lack of editing.
Yes, so one thing I'd like to mention is that
I keep hitting things.
I think the action is taken up a notch.
You do?
I think the action's fantastic in this.
I think the action's trash.
Why?
It's definitely the worst part of the film for me. The first act, which, I mean, we'll get into each individual action sequence later, but the first act battle is excellent. Second, poor. Third, awful.
What about the CG?
The elemental CGI, I think, is poor on everyone except the Hydro Man.
The Hydro Man one is fantastic.
It is, yes.
I think the Spidey suit is a little too CG for me, but
The black and red one?
just all the suits in them.
All the
The only
suits.
suit that looks good is the sort of stealth
Black
suit,
stealth suit.
and it looks fantastic.
Do
But
you want to break down our thoughts on each one?
yes, so Iron Spider,
Uh,
we hate it.
Awful looking, yeah.
It's trash. The original
is.
Homecoming suit, I quite like. Well, it's
Yes.
a little too CG, isn't it?
Yeah, like they take out all the bumps out of the suit to take away all the wrinkles, so he doesn't have ears or abs anymore.
Yeah, it's just
It's just slick. Yeah.
What about the stealth suit?
I think it looks excellent.
I think it's my favorite one.
It's my favorite one from the film, definitely. But I would probably consider this film almost a quintessential, Spider-Man film, like a defining film for the character, which is why I was kind of disappointed that they didn't just stick with one continuous suit.
I don't like the way he changes suits in every movie.
No, and he has 4 different suits in this film.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
Yeah, what do you think of the black and red?
I
don't like it.
I think it's okay, but it's a little too CGI for me. Again.
Yeah, and the white spider symbol I'm not a fan of. On the
Yeah,
back.
and I don't. It just feels very Iron Man like. With
Yeah.
the parachutes and stuff even.
I suppose that's maybe the point,
Yeah.
because the film is kind of about him struggling to consider whether he should take on the reins of being the new Iron Man.
Yeah, absolutely. One point I have to mention is the score was slightly disappointing. It's not very notable.
No, I find it
There are
completely
certain
unnotable.
Superman elements to it, but however the
Orchestral,
yes, and the Mysterio synth-like score I think was great.
Okay.
That was it really for score.
We should chat about the Mysterio suit.
Yes,
What are your thoughts?
I really like it.
Yes.
It's a little bulky though.
Yeah.
In some parts, and then one scene we'd see it, he takes it off, and it's like a, fish scales.
Yeah, which I compared in our past 2 reviews of this film to Mera's
Yeah,
costume from
yeah.
Aquaman.
Mhm.
It's gonna be so hard to replicate the magic of the first time.
I think we're doing okay.
I think we're doing okay.
What about the Peter MJ romance?
I wasn't that interested in
Really?
it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. I think it's good, although it depends. Like, are you a bit bored of like Mary Jane / MJ? Or would you rather be like Liz Allen again, or Gwen Stacy, or Betty Brant even?
No, I mean I don't mind the MJ character because, as we'll talk about in our later Homecoming review, I enjoy their reinvention of all the original characters.
Yeah.
Flash is a complete reimagination, and so is MJ.
I think the Flash one's especially great.
Yeah, I think they both are reimagined for the better. Just going back to the Mysterio suit for a moment, the fishbowl.
I really like it. It's a little CG though, isn't it?
Oh, well, I mean, it is
But
CG.
yes,
Yeah,
I think it's cool.
I think it's cool. You got to give them respect.
Oh, massive props to this because
Yeah.
it's so comic accurate.
When I saw the set photos, like Gyllenhaal was just in a beard and,
Yeah.
and no fishbowl,
Though, do you-
and everybody was all up in arms about it.
Do you ever think when you look at Mysterio, you just see Jake Gyllenhaal though? Because it's just how he looks in real life, isn't it?
Well, it is.
You can
how
say
he
that
look-
for Tom Holland as well.
It is how he
and
looks in
Zendaya.
real life, but I think this performance is so different to any that he's ever given.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen him portray a character like this,
Yeah. Okay.
so I was able to see past the Gyllenhaal.
Okay. Interesting. Any other points?
I was disappointed that Peter Parker for most of the movie is sidelined into being Mysterio's sidekick.
Yes, that actually leads me on to a point: is that Spider-Man isn't that quippy because he is Mysterio's sidekick for most of the movie.
Yeah,
Because he just I really don't. You know the way Tom Holland's portrayal of Spidey is sort of more like nervous and stuff, and
Yeah.
that's where his jokes come from. Like in this, he's not like quippy at all. He's just a little frightened, you know.
yeah, he's more confident. It's more fear than it is nerves
Like,
anymore.
I prefer like a confident, quippy Spider-Man, you know.
Yeah, which I think this was maybe the jumping off point between him being nervous and being the confident Spider-Man that we know. So I think this was maybe just the bridge.
Okay.
And that's maybe why
Yes, that's
it was
interesting.
a transition point.
Yeah.
Teen romance in general in this film.
Oh,
I thought it was very John Hughes-esque.
I really liked it.
You did?
Can we mention Ned and Betty? I mean, it's
We can mention Ned and Betty.
fantastic.
That's probably one of the grossest relationships I've
But I
ever
love
seen,
it.
and it's hilarious. You think you don't see that? Matthew just pretended to stroke my nose. I mean, you say that you don't really see those kinds of relationships in real life. I think I do.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
where they just go too fast, too quickly, and it's weird.
Okay, that's
And
interesting.
it's just gross and creepy, and they're telling you, they're like,
Babe.
love you, babe. And then like, oh, it's so creepy.
It is weird, but I like it though.
I would say this is definitely the most unique Spider-Man film because
Yeah, ever
it's
or in the MCU?
ever because
Oh, really? Okay.
it's the only one that really takes him out of New York
Yes.
and explores the world, and I think it was interesting to see Spider-Man in a different terrain,
Well,
how he navigated it.
Into the Spider-Verse is still my favorite Spidey movie,
I would agree.
but I think this is probably I would say this is probably like my second favorite live action. Spider-Man 2 is probably my favorite.
I would probably agree with you, but I would say Spider-Man
Yes, yes.
2002 is probably my favorite.
Mhm.
I wanted to just note the lack of Avengers.
Yes.
Given that
yeah.
this is, the ending of Phase 3 and a direct follow-on from Avengers Endgame, did you find it a bit odd to see no Avengers?
I did, because obviously we've had Falcon appear in Ant-Man and stuff,
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
And he was meant to be introduced as the new Captain America in
Would you
this
have
film.
liked that?
I think
Or
I
a bit
would
too
have.
much?
I think I would have liked it as a side to the complete absence of any Avengers.
What Avengers could you have in this? Bucky or something, like a character that level.
I think Bucky, because obviously you can't have Captain America because he's an old man and Iron Man's suit's dead.
Yeah, maybe
Uh,
Cap's dead as well, of old age.
Perhaps we'll talk about that in spoilers whether that is brought up or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think you could have introduced a smaller level superhero. I think Doctor Strange would have been okay.
Doctor Strange would have been cool. I'm trying to think if
They
there's any-
reference him in the film, and I would have been interested to see the dynamic between him and Peter.
Yeah, I think Doctor Strange would have been cool, or I don't know, like yeah, just Doctor Strange would be
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, Doctor Strange.
Okay, are those all your
That's all
non-spoiler
my
thoughts?
non-spoiler thoughts.
Okay, so I thought it would be interesting to introduce a new rating system.
Okay, I'm excited.
Instead of a 1 to 10 rating system, I would like to ask you, Matthew, did you find this film a massive hit or piece of shit?
I love that. Massive hit.
Massive hit for me as well.
We're just totally covered the way.
No, not at all. They do best or worst. We
Okay.
do
Massive hit or
piece of shit.
Massive hit.
Massive hit for me as
Okay.
well.
I really like that.
Yeah, so I think that's going to round off all our non-spoiler thoughts.
Yes.
So onto our spoiler thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. So if anyone hasn't seen the movie, turn off now.
Yes, and see the film and come back, of
Yes.
course.
So
Give us double the
give
views.
us double views.
And if you're turning off now, tell all your friends, subscribe to the Movie Mate podcast.
Spoilers. Do you want to just go in big spoilers or just chronological or
Chronological,
Okay.
I would
Shoot.
say. So the film opens with our introduction to Mysterio.
Mhm.
We see him fighting a sand monster, which is inspired by Sandman.
Yeah.
And I think it's a complete waste of the character.
Absolutely.
We're both huge fans of Sandman because of his portrayal by Thomas Hayden Church in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, one of my favorite performances in any Spider-Man film.
I would absolutely agree. So, if they're not going to do Sandman as a full character and they were only using him as an elemental, I would have liked to have seen a much bigger and deeper exploration of that character.
Yes, absolutely.
So I was absolutely disappointed that he was, just an introductory character, like to introduce Mysterio.
hmm
So I was greatly
Yeah.
disappointed in that.
Do you ever find it weird that, since we're in spoilers, we can talk about the plot now, yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you ever find it weird that since Mysterio's attempt to get like world recognition as like this hero,
Yes.
he like attacks a really small Mexican village?
I hadn't even thought of that. That is a fair point because Spider-Man hadn't even heard of the devastation.
And there's no
that happened
heroes
there.
in Mexico at all. And there's
Yeah.
like he goes from like a Mexican village
Yeah.
to London.
Yeah.
It's like one of the biggest cities in the world.
I don't know.
It's weird.
I suppose he did that purposely to sort of back up his bullshit.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if it was just like, oh, the elementals have decided to attack all the major cities, they would be like, why? What's the relevance? At
Yeah.
least it was a sand creature, so it went to Mexico.
But
That makes some kind of sense.
I don't know how like no one in Shield or well not Shield but like Undercover, even any Avengers would think there's a new hero in the block, and any time there's a new villain about, even in this really remote Mexican village, he's also there. Like it's sort of pretty obvious that he's either like fabricating these as illusions or like they're like, it's weird to me.
It was surprising that no one questioned him, especially because we find out at the end of the film, we will go into this deeper, but this is just a very base level comment.
Yeah. It
turns out that Talos is actually Nick Fury and Soren is Maria Hill.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Talos is the leader of a Skrull army, and I'm sure he's dealt with infiltrators into the Skrull army before.
His own race is
or shapeshifters.
Yeah.
So how could he not spot a fake?
I know.
That seems ridiculous to me.
I know. It's
like
weird.
I'd only had that thought when you brought that up, but do you agree with that?
Yeah, I just like it's not really a nitpick or anything because
well, it's a nitpick. It's a nitpick, but it's not necessarily.
It doesn't
like
worsen my opinion of the film
no,
at all. It was a curious thought I had.
Yes. So should we talk about I Will Always Love You?
Yeah. Heartbreaking, but also hilarious.
Yeah. So we see an in memoriam section in the school's news channel.
Yeah.
And it may confirm that Captain America has died.
Died of old age, yeah.
Which is a huge bummer if that's true. And it seems weird to pawn that off as a joke if that is true.
I know.
I hope that isn't true, because I assume you're one of the people who want to see either Cap as an agent of Hydra or Old Man Cap, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm really upset that we're never going to see young Cap again, but if we're going to see old Cap, I would like to see him, manning the Avengers from headquarters, like just in his Captain America suit.
He sits in an old chair.
Sits in a desk chair, yeah. I think that'd be hilarious.
That'd be good.
We should talk about the renaming of the Snap to the Blip.
Sort of lessens it a little bit. It just feels like it's a little blip. It's fine.
Yeah. It does seem to kind of infantilize such a devastation.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, they called it the decimation before, I believe.
Yeah.
Which I think is
logistically doesn't make sense either, because that's 10%.
What?
Yeah, like decimation. That's like taking 10% away, where like the Snap was 50%. Decimation is taking 10%. But like, I just found it weird that like it just that I Will Always Love You montage sort of highlighted the fact that like Black Widow's death meant nothing to anyone. Like they just cry over it for 5 minutes, and then
she's supposed to get a funeral.
The next moment, yeah, but the next moment it's brought up, it's made fun of in a montage. That's
disrespectful.
That's not how you treat a character, is it?
No. Are you looking forward to the Black Widow film?
Yeah. Apparently there's a trailer coming at San Diego Comic-Con.
I heard that also.
From our friend Worsty.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what time period it's set in.
I would like if it was like
would you
early
like
2000s?
It appears from her haircut that it's likely to be set between Infinity War and Endgame, which I suppose I wouldn't mind.
I'd like that.
I mean, I'd prefer that they just erased the events of Endgame because it was dog shit. Okay, moving on.
Yep.
I want to talk to you about all the memorials to Iron Man, because everyone seems to be so happy with Iron Man, and they're so in love with him, and they're like devastated that he's gone. But everyone seems to forget that it was Hulk's snap that brought everyone back.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone forgets that. No one's, praising Hulk for his sacrifice of his arm to save everyone. Like, everyone's just, like...
I get why there's so many Iron Man murals and stuff.
I don't, because they could have killed Thanos' army just by, like, stabbing them or shooting them. If Tony just kept if he just kept the stones safe, they could have just killed Thanos' army.
I know what you mean. Like, I don't get why Cap has no murals either.
Yeah, I mean, he's undoubtedly a greater hero than Iron Man.
Yeah.
I think it was just because they want to pay homage to the fact that Iron Man was the first character in the MCU. But but that's not how it worked in the universe.
Yes.
Because everyone in the universe knows about Captain America and that he is the first and greatest hero.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Okay. Should we talk about Aunt May pimping Spider-Man out?
I like it.
You like it?
I think I like Aunt May and Happy Hogan's romance. It's nice.
Oh yeah, it's really sweet because I like to see Jon Favreau happy.
It's a little heartbreaking. She was like, "It's just a summer fling."
Yeah, I was like, "You cruel bitch!"
Yeah.
Like she's such a dick. She is such a dick to
all
Happy.
Forms.
Yeah, I mean, I like this reimagination more than Rosemary Harris's Aunt May.
No, don't talk that way about my Rosemary. She's a delight.
Yeah, but. I think.
And an excellent swimmer.
Yeah, an excellent swimmer. I think pimping out your own nephew is questionable. She's just like, Yeah, I can't actually do proper charity work. I'll just get my nephew in to take some autographs and photos.
I would have thought they would have introduced Mr. Negative there.
Yeah, it seems like a reasonable pathway in to introduce Mr. Negative, because that's a similar storyline than what happened in the PS4 game. Yeah. Would you have been interested in seeing that?
I think Mr. Negative would have been like a cool sort of element of the Sinister Six when they do it.
Yeah.
Like, because he's not really in it.
He could
in the
almost
comics.
act as the gentleman to bring them all together,
Yeah.
or the mastermind behind the
like,
team.
Instead of replace him with like Doc Ock or something, or Green Goblin.
Yeah, because they seem to be steering away from using the same villains as the Raimi trilogy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think introducing more unique villains would have been a better idea.
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
Should we talk about No Uncle Ben?
Yeah, I mean, the only Uncle Ben reference is the suitcase, which
Yeah.
has BFP, so Benjamin Franklin Parker, I think.
Yeah.
So that's the only reference, which is a little annoying.
It's a little disrespectful that, this man took him in when his parents died, and he seems to mourn for Tony Stark so much more than him.
I know, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Also, like, Aunt May, I don't know whether this because this is a younger, new take on the character, but in the comics and even in the other adaptations, Aunt May is, like, she's devastated of Ben's
she
loss.
she never gets over
She
it.
never remarried. I mean, she does to Doc Ock in the comics, but that's fine. She never, like,
Moving on, yeah.
She never, like...
She never gets over it.
Yeah, and
But
then she's like,
She never mentions
Tony
his
Stark
name.
and Happy Hogan.
I mean, if there was one scene where they didn't actually name Uncle Ben, but you just saw her crying or something,
Yeah.
just to show
Or just
that,
looking at a photo of him or something.
yeah, just to show that she
It's
is
Tobey Maguire.
just to show that she is still emotionally damaged by it.
Yeah.
I would have respected that a lot more than just having
agree.
her move swiftly on.
Mhm.
Because I think if you loved someone so much, you wouldn't be able to move on without, almost recognizing, the love that you had for the other person.
100% agree.
But it seems just completely
It
alien
seems
to me
like
to
they're
not
afraid
reference
to
it.
do it.
Yeah, because they're afraid of being too similar to the past iterations.
Mhm.
But I think you need Uncle Ben because he's the one that imparts all the wisdom onto Peter, and they've given that role to Tony Stark, which I hate.
Yes, I agree.
Because he's not meant to be a fun uncle type, he's not meant to impart wisdom because he's a dipshit himself.
Yeah.
Like,
If anything, the fun uncle is Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. So, the Peter Tingle.
The Peter Tingle. Yeah, I love that. It's great.
People, I just saw people on the internet when that was announced, like, oh my god, you can't call it the Peter Tingle. It is not it's spider sense. Like, it can't be a funny thing.
The spider sense is a weird, stupid power, so I get why they called it the Peter Tingle.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely illogical, so you may as well make fun of it.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I don't understand why people would be so up in arms to keep it. Like, you gotta keep the spider sense pure,
Yeah, like, it's weird
It
because
seems like such a weird thing to latch onto.
at least they've acknowledged it. Like, in Civil War, they didn't even really acknowledge it, and in this, like, it's a pretty present thing. Like, that's
Yeah.
how he defeats Mysterio,
Yeah. We should talk about the airplane scene, where
Yeah.
this is a very funny scene where
It reminds me of us too, a little.
yeah, absolutely. This is something Matthew would absolutely do. Just maneuver around the plane so he gets to sit beside someone to chat to.
Yeah.
An absolute bastard. He would drop me in a second.
I would not drop you in a second, mate.
Like, he would absolutely split up the movie mates if it meant chatting to someone on a bus. Like,
I love the way you refer to us as the movie mates. Yeah.
but yeah, like I liked seeing that kind of like expression of young puppy love, which is what Tom Holland really wanted to put across.
I like it too. It's sweet.
Yeah, and Brad Davis is just a dickhead, isn't he?
Yeah. He's a creep.
Yeah, he's a creep. Just photographing Peter like half naked.
But why
It's
does
like
he
if he wants to have sex with like a Russian or
let a Russian woman let him or
Yeah,
whatever.
like-
Czechoslovakian.
go ahead, yeah.
But like, why does he think that like showing
MJ hit a picture of him half naked
and
with
he's
like
clearly jacked. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, you know what? This is gonna put MJ right off him.
yeah.
It's a weird plot.
He's an idiot, isn't he?
I thought they were just gonna do that as a gag. 'Cause you know the way they show a photo of like a young Brad and then an older Brad. I
Yeah.
thought that's just gonna be like a joke or something.
I didn't realize he was gonna be a main character now.
Yeah,
Should we talk about the Venice fight scene?
I like it.
Who's that, Matthew?
It's Phil Jess.
Oh wow.
Look, that's a Jess Sammy chat post.
Okay.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
So Venice fight scene.
Yes.
Amazing.
I think it's the only good action scene at the film.
I love when he's holding up the clock tower.
Yeah, I think it's really impressive, but it goes back to what I said about him being Mysterio's sidekick.
Yeah.
You know, he sticks on a mask and then that's it.
Yeah. Do you ever find it weird that like, I really like this film, and this is not a criticism, it's just a point. Like, this Spider-Man feels like such a departure from what we're used to.
Yes.
It seems like it's going to take me a while to get used to it, and I know he's been in like 3 or 4 films already. Like, Spider-Man from the comics, even if he doesn't want to be Spider-Man, he still wears his Spider-Man suit under his shirt, just in case.
Yeah, he's never just like, I'm gonna go on summer vacation.
Yeah,
like
it seems like weird. Like, in this front, like, I really like Tom Holland's portrayal, but he just sort of feels like a little like
a whiny baby.
a little bit.
He is kind of just like, Iron Man died, I'm not gonna be Spider-Man anymore.
Yeah,
it
that should give you a motive to be Spider-Man. If
Yeah,
anything.
you know, if Tony or Uncle Ben did half a decent job, like, you'll want to, you know, carry on the mantle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you wouldn't abandon the Spider-Man moniker just because of fear.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like that completely goes against with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's just like, all the power, no responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, what a
They
dickhead.
haven't even said that yet. Come on. They got to say it for the 3rd film.
Yeah. As we were talking about Flash Thompson, he is an excellent addition to this film.
Yeah. And heartbreaking.
Flash mob.
Flash mob. Yeah.
We'll absolutely talk about the end scene.
He's a
but,
vlogger.
Yeah, he's a vlogger in this film, and like he just has such respect for Spider-Man. He makes me want to be a better person. Sup, dickwad? Like,
I really like that portrayal by, I want to say,
Tony Revolori.
Tony Revolori. Yeah. There he is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like it. Do you want to just talk about the slight sort of heartbreaking reveal at the end, maybe, that his
About
parents
Flash?
don't love him?
Yeah, that his parents don't love him. This is clearly a reinterpretation where instead of being, you know, the physical bully to Peter Parker, like the huge hunk of meat,
He becomes Venom.
Yeah, the intimidating presence. You know,
Yeah.
he's a smaller, more insecure nerd who actually just is less smart than Peter Parker and is insecure about it.
But he's
so
more confident.
takes it out on Peter.
Yeah.
And clearly he comes from a rich background, and his butler comes to pick him up, and he asks, "Is mother coming?"
Can I just say, I think it would have been
devastating.
I know. I think it would have been absolutely hilarious if he turns around and the butler's murdered him, and he's just like, "Your mother died by her own hand." Flash.
That
would
would
have
be
been
sick.
great.
Yeah,
I think he's
that's
dead. I think he's
that's
super dead,
heartbreaking.
isn't he? Murdered is super dead.
I'm
I'm gonna Google this.
I think his name's John Paxton.
John, I think he's Bill Paxton's dad, isn't he?
No,
He is.
no, he isn't.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, so it is quite depressing to see Flash
It
just
is
completely alone.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the heart-to-heart with Mysterio and Spider-Man.
It's deep, isn't it?
Yes, this is of course before we find out that he is indeed a villain.
Yes.
So it's nice to see him as sort of an Uncle Ben figure.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I found that it kind of paralleled the Uncle Ben car scene in Spider-Man 1. The Sam
Yes,
Raimi
it did,
film.
didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a similar type of emotion, even though Mysterio was faking it.
See, we talked about in the original recording that we would like it if Mysterio. We actually thought this, that he was going to be an older Peter Parker.
We had the parallel thought, yes. In the scene in which Peter and Mysterio were in the bar together, and Peter hands over the Edith glasses, I thought that it was going to say that the retinal scan was accepted because he was Peter Parker from the future, and I would have loved that a lot more than him just being a con man.
Yeah.
But you enjoyed the con man element.
I really like his toast is a bit weird.
We'll get onto it. So if we go back to the second act, I thought the Molten Man creature looked like total dog shit.
It was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was.
I thought it was a well choreographed fight, but the CGI was really poor.
The only good thing in that fight was probably like
Night Monkey.
Night Monkey, yeah.
And probably Ned and Betty's dynamic. I think.
Probably.
I found that really entertaining. I was just thinking during it, why don't they climb down from the Ferris wheel? It doesn't seem that high. There's ladders. Come on.
Yeah.
And then Ned.
Oh, I need a mint.
Ned, in a classic attempt at being me, is just so desperate to kiss a girl. He's like, I think I have a mint. Like, he's just so desperate for
that
it.
was an audio spike there.
Oh, yes, indeed. But yeah, he just seems so desperate.
He did.
You said in our first recording that you thought that Ned had more to do this film.
I think so.
I think he has more to do, but he's a different kind of character.
It's less important.
Yes, he's no longer the guy in the chair, which I was disappointed by. You know, Peter is the sidekick to Mysterio, so who can be the sidekick to a sidekick?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I was disappointed
I
that
still
that
like Jacob
dynamic
Batalon's
changed.
performance. Like he's
Yeah,
a very talented actor and very comedic actor.
indeed.
I
yes.
really like this relationship he has with Betty.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Once again, this film manages to make Tony Stark a villain because
Yeah.
he created another villain. And it just happens almost every film. It turns out that he's been a dick to someone.
Do you like the toast scene?
I don't like the toast scene. It goes on way too long with all the character introductions.
It's like the Suicide Squad freeze frames.
Yeah, I thought that was terrible. And you said to me right after we saw it, oh, I should probably go watch Civil War again and see if Jake Gyllenhaal's in that scene. He's not going to be in that scene.
I don't know.
It's a retcon.
What about like Peter Parker and Quentin Beck just being maskless?
Yeah, because Peter doesn't know that the bar patrons are illusions.
Yeah.
He just thinks that they're regular people, but he sat there with his mask off.
I know.
Which, yeah, I thought was a problem.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a
In a
cave!
cave! With a box of scraps!
I'm sorry, but I'm not Tony Stark.
Yeah.
I loved that callback.
You loved it?
I can just imagine if us two went to see this together, we just burst out laughing.
Yeah.
That was great.
Peter Billingsley obviously returns as William.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best, like, returning characters.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was really smart
Yeah.
as a callback to the previous iterations of the MCU.
Absolutely.
I wanted to say that I thought that I always knew that Mysterio was going to be a villain, but I always thought that the Elementals were real. It wasn't until almost before his villain reveal that I thought maybe the Elementals are illusions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't actually have that. I didn't twig that until maybe, over halfway into the film.
I like the way the film keeps you guessing with that.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be a villain working with the Elementals. I didn't realize that they were going to be illusions, which
Yeah.
kind of makes all of the fight scenes disappointing.
There is a reference to Maury Bench.
Yeah, which is excellent because we love Maury Bench. We really grew up on the Spider-Man animated series, so
Yeah.
like we just loved watching Maury Bench be like a creepy stalker just trying to hit on Mary Jane. It's hilarious.
It's the best. It is the best.
Okay, so Mysterio's exposition in his toast scene, you didn't enjoy that?
I liked it in a weird way because it feels very Spider-Man-y from the comics. Like,
Yeah.
It's very.
It's kind of like a meeting of the villains.
I don't
like
think you can
how,
have that
how they
scene
would
in
in a
any other-
secret HQ.
I don't think you can have that scene in any other MCU movie. It just works with this one, I think.
Yeah, it does. What do you think about Mysterio's motivation? Because
It's another Tony Stark one.
he
Isn't it?
he just wants he wants revenge on Tony Stark, who's dead. So that's revenge enough. But I guess he's remembered as a hero.
Just be. If you want to convince people you're a hero, here's an idea.
Just be a
Be
hero.
a hero.
Yeah. Like, why do you have to be like defeating Avengers level events? Like, just be a smaller but significant hero.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the technology. It didn't dawn on me until he was there in his CGI pajamas that
Yeah.
Mysterio wasn't actually in like an Iron Man style suit fighting his
Wait,
projections.
he does have a prosthetic suit, but I assume it doesn't fly or anything.
Yeah, because the whole time that he was fighting the illusions, I thought, okay, they're illusions, but he's real. I'm fighting them back.
Yeah.
Like, he's just destroying the drones with like his lasers. But it turns out even the lasers and stuff were just illusions, which I was really disappointed by.
Yeah.
One other thing I wanted to mention is that the chameleon is apparently in this film.
Dimitri, yeah.
Dimitri.
Mhm.
Which I didn't realize until after I'd
It's
seen
weird,
the film.
that, isn't it?
Yeah, and according to the internet, he changes alliances, and it turns out he's been working with Mysterio.
See, we didn't notice that, did we?
If that happened in the film, I definitely
It
didn't
wasn't made
notice
very
it.
clear if it was.
No, he might have, like, physically gone over to the other side of the room
Yeah.
and been like, no, I'm with Mysterio's crew.
Yeah. One point I wanted to mention is that glasses are a major plot point
Yeah,
for the whole movie.
It's so odd.
Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're Tony Stark's glasses, so I mean, like, he just looks like a dickhead. I mean, Mysterio makes fun of, like, how bad Peter looks, but he looks way worse in them.
I think he rocks them.
You think who rocks them?
Both of them? Tom Holland and
I
Jake
think
Gyllenhaal?
Tom Holland rocks them, but not Jake Gyllenhaal.
Really?
No,
Ah,
definitely not.
come on.
Yeah.
What do you think about glasses being a major plot point? So, yeah, okay
Well,
with
it's
that?
very stupid, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, so is a comic book universe, so I guess I understand that.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about MJ finding out?
I like it.
Yeah,
But-
it makes a lot more sense to me, because she seems to... I mean, obviously they're in, like, a magnet school for geniuses, and none of them are smart enough to figure out that Spider-Man's been in all the locations that they've been in.
What
And, like, Betty Brant, like, just is convinced that there's a creature called the Night Monkey.
what slightly annoys me is that we're never gonna see how it's explored that Mary Jane knows, because now the entire world knows that he's Spider-Man. So the films can never present the strain in the relationship it could have.
Yeah, where she knows and the rest of the world doesn't.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. We can talk about that further in the post-credits
Yep.
section of this review. The illusion sequence is one that you loved.
One of my favorite scenes in the MCU, just is so comic accurate. It's like-
It reminded me a lot of the multiverse scene in Doctor Strange.
yes, it did. Yes.
With
Shot
a
very
lot
well.
of universes folding in on each other.
It went on for maybe a bit too long though.
I would agree.
And then we see like Iron Man rising from the grave. I thought that was a
See,
cool visual.
That is a cool visual, but I think it would have been a lot more impactful had the grave been Uncle Ben's.
Yes, yeah.
Because, you know, that's kind of like Spider-Man's greatest shame. Because, I mean, he couldn't do anything to save Iron Man, but, I mean, he could have saved Uncle Ben.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Go ahead.
Like, you can tell by Tobey Maguire's performance that he's kind of, like, tortured about how he let Uncle Ben die, but there's nothing in Tom Holland's Spider-Man that says that he's been through anywhere near as, like...
I know.
Like, tormenting as that.
Also...
So, I mean, if they ever introduce Uncle Ben, they must have to change the origin that it isn't Peter's fault he died. Because then I would be like, you're just a complete asshole because you're so, like, upbeat all the time. Like, you should feel bad.
Yeah. This scene actually introduces the 5th costume of the film, which is the homemade suit.
Oh, yes.
For, like, what, 10 seconds?
10 seconds, yeah.
So it's a nice callback, but I don't think I needed to see it, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, the film's plot reminded me of The Incredibles with Syndrome. It's very similar.
It is similar, yeah.
In that respect.
That he's like a disgraced...
He's a disgraced good guy
and
who's
who
a
went
fan
bad.
of a hero.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I like it. I like it because of that, but I mean, it's not necessarily a criticism.
Disney ripping themselves off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Do you think it's too late to see Uncle Ben? I think that character's only really relevant to Spider-Man as the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man who he isn't anymore.
Yeah, that's what. I think they should have mentioned it in this film.
Yeah, I think this was the last chance and they didn't. They blew it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I really like the Back in Black reference to Iron Man.
Yes.
With Happy Hogan. And obviously it's very similar to when Iron Man builds the Mark II.
Yes, I should say that this is the first part of the movie where we kind of seen like Spider-Man broken down. You know,
on his own.
He doesn't know who to trust and he questions whether Happy is the real Happy.
Yeah,
because
I
he's
like
already
that.
been defeated by all the illusions and he was just hit by a train.
Also, those Dutch men are really nice.
Yeah, they were just lovely.
They stay in jail.
Yeah, they lock themselves
They're
back in.
delightful.
They are delightful.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the third act.
Okay.
The super elemental looks like shit.
It does look weird, doesn't it?
It's terrible.
It just looks like a big storm.
Yeah. It looks
weird.
like Parallax from Green Lantern.
It does. I really like the cap with Mjolnir reference.
Yeah.
With he's got the sort of the drone and then the sign. I really like that.
Yeah.
Not sure if it was intentional, but it was certainly shot very similarly.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the action scenes were phenomenal, apart from the last one. Last one's still good with this Peter Tingle, how he's a defeat.
I like how you're committed to Peter Tingle.
I am. But also, that confused me with, like, Mysterio obviously must have been shot, faked it, how bad it was, and then, like, must have had a gun. I pointed at Peter. I didn't really notice that.
Yeah, I think the drone shot him, and then he had an illusion of him, like, basically dead on the floor. Whilst having still been shot, he got up, ran behind Peter, and had a gun to his head.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
It is really weird. I mean, why wouldn't you shoot him anyway? Like, he just let your...
Why does he give him a chance to,
Yeah, he
like...
just let his illusion, like, expose it, and then doesn't shoot him in the head.
Does Spidey just dodge that bullet, or what happens? Does he block it? I don't know. I was so confused by that.
He, like, hits...
He hit his hand
He,
or
like, hits
something?
Mysterio's hand away, and then he dies.
Yeah, I was so weird.
Do you think that he's actually dead, though?
No, of course not. It's Mysterio. He's never dead in the comics.
I really hope he isn't, because I think he would be, like, an excellent addition to the Sinister Six.
I think if you could have him as a hero, leader of the MCU.
I wouldn't like that.
You would like that?
I mean, he didn't do anything so bad. I mean, he didn't kill anyone,
He
did he?
did. Well,
Did he? He probably killed some people.
Some people. But, it's sort of heartbreaking, like, he hires a woman just to steam his kid.
Yeah,
I love that so
it's
much.
pathetic.
But that's what I like about his character. Like, he acts as if he's, like, the greatest hero in the
Yeah.
MCU, and he's just, like...
I wanted to ask you, the elementals are completely illusionary. So how is it that Hydro Man takes on the form of water?
And how can he destroy half of Venice?
Yeah, like how is Spider-Man wet after fighting him if he's an illusion?
I know, and obviously the Molten Man creature, elemental,
Can actually throw fire.
destroys Maria Hill's and Nick Fury's car.
Yeah, he
It's weird.
melts things.
It's just a plot hole, but see, that's what you have with the Mysterio character. Like, because he casts illusions, there's going to be plot holes with it.
Yeah, so I think we should talk about MJ and Peter getting together at the end. The awkward 3 pecs.
I like it.
You like,
It's cute.
it's a cute romance.
It is, yeah.
Matthew's Snapchat is absolutely blowing up.
5 new friends.
5 new friends. Shout out to the NCS guys
These are all heroes.
if you made it to this far in the review. No, we should talk about the end credits of this film,
Yes, well, I wanted to mention that there is subtle hints that Nick Fury is a Skrull.
right?
There's a
Throughout the
Kree
film.
line. There's a line about a Kree power source. There's a line where he says appearances can be deceiving,
Yes.
and then he also snaps at Peter very uncharacteristically.
And he says to Peter that he should not invoke the name of Captain Marvel,
Yes.
which makes sense because she's like the hero to the crew.
Do you think it's only, obviously we learn that he's just been Nick Fury, he's been Talos for a while, not the whole of the MCU,
Yes.
but do you think Maria Hill's been Maria Hill the whole of the MCU, sorry, do you think Sauron's been Maria Hill the whole of the MCU, or just at the same time Fury? Because we never actually see Maria Hill on the Skrull ship, so it's very
No.
possible that Maria Hill could be a Skrull the whole time in Winter Soldier, which would make
Potentially.
sense.
Yes, because I mean the first film that we saw her in was the Avengers, right?
Yeah.
Well, Avengers Assemble. So yeah,
Thor.
it's
Oh no, she's not in Thor.
no. So it is totally possible that yes,
I would
she
like
was
that, I'd
a
sort of
Skrull,
like that'd be cool.
and that she was just. I mean, it doesn't have to be that it was Soren. It could have just been a Skrull bodyguard.
Yes.
For Nick Fury,
Just
because
like helping out the Avengers.
space setting up Sword,
I like that.
which is the space version of Shield. Do you prefer that to Shield?
I prefer Shield.
Yes, I prefer Earth-based storylines.
Me too. But well, Faggy did say the MCU's going to go a bit more cosmic.
Yeah.
So
I should point out that my brother, what actually predicted that Nick Fury and Maria Hill were Skrulls with no context.
yeah, that's
I
weird.
just said, "Oh, I found out a really big spoiler," and then he said, in a Russian accent, I should say, "Nick Fury and Maria Hill both Skrulls," and I was like,
Where'd
"How
you
did
get-
you know
Yeah.
that?" And he was like, "What?"
What?
Like he
Oh,
was clearly
great.
shocked. But yeah, big ups to him. Like
Yeah.
I would not have guessed that.
Obviously, we see J. Jonah Jameson.
We do see J. Jonah Jameson.
Amazing.
He looks like shit. Yeah.
Why?
No, like let's be honest. Like,
Let's be honest.
let's be honest. Looks like shit. Yeah, he just doesn't have any hair anymore. I mean, he was wearing a wig in Spider-Man 3. Don't just stick a wig on him.
I like it. It's funny, but I don't like the way he's not a news reporter. He's just like a
A conspiracy
conspiracy
theorist.
theorist, which is
Yeah.
cool. But
I was gonna ask
like
you
it,
about. Well, of course, Peter's framed for killing Mysterio and for the launch of the missiles. Well, the launch of the drones
Yes.
in London.
Yeah.
Why would anyone ever believe that?
I don't know, because it is edited to make it to.
Yeah, but you can see that it's been
I
edited.
know.
Like there's like a
It's a movie
1
mate
second.
style editing.
Yeah, like it is not seamless whatsoever. I
Yeah.
mean, like let's be honest, William did a shit job of editing that.
Well, William.
Yeah, because you see William take like a hard drive of like
Oh yes, yeah,
the cameras.
yeah. No, I don't know how they're gonna resolve that.
Yeah.
Like I've heard a lot of people say Daredevil. You said Daredevil as well. But,
Someone suggested that Daredevil could perhaps represent them as a lawyer.
but I think because they're auctioning off Daredevil's costume, they won't do that.
Are they?
Yeah, they're auctioning off all the Netflix costumes, but they could just give him a new one.
R.I.P.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, it might be that they want to upgrade him.
Maybe
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
But I mean, even seeing Matt Murdock, I would love,
Oh, I'd love that.
even if it isn't Daredevil.
Charlie Cox is such a great actor as well.
Yeah.
He'd be great in that role.
I wanted to say that his identity is revealed, but surely after the snap, his identity would have become public knowledge as they had nothing to lose by revealing it.
After
so-
yeah.
Like after half of everyone died, surely they would have like erected statues of the Avengers that died.
Yeah.
So like, why wouldn't it be public knowledge?
Just in case
that
they got them
Peter
back there,
Parker was
maybe?
Spider-Man.
That's
No,
how-
but none of them appeared to have any hope after they killed Thanos on his farming planet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
So that didn't make much sense to me.
Okay.
Would you have liked to see a new J. Jonah Jameson? Do you think it's a bit of a cop-out recasting J.K.
No, I
Simmons?
think I'd look. Terry Crews would have been good.
Terry Crews would have been excellent, and also I thought the DB Smoove might have been playing
See,
him.
I
where
would,
he plays
I would
Mr.
actually
Dell.
really have liked if it was Mr. Ditkovich as J. Jonah. I think that would have been hilarious.
That would have been funny.
Or Mr. Ditkovich as Chameleon or something. Takes off the mask. Rent!
Rant. That would have been excellent.
Yeah.
Do you have any further thoughts, Matthew?
I
About
don't. I
this
just
film?
really like this film. I think it's better than Homecoming. I think it's a 9 out of 10. Massive hit. I love
Massive
it.
hit,
I really
yeah.
do like this film.
I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. How would it rank amongst the other films for you?
In
The
Spider-Man film?
Spider-Man films.
Spider-Man 2, Far From Home. Spider-Man 1.
Right.
So this is second.
Mine probably be Spider-Man, then Far From Home, then Homecoming.
Okay. So, good film then for you.
Excellent in my opinion.
Yeah.
Massive hit, as I said.
Massive hit.
What would you like to see in the third installment?
I would either like to see Craven
Yes.
or maybe Mr. Negative.
Okay.
And if I don't get those two, I would actually be okay if it did sort of like. I just don't like the way Spider-Man is sort of like portrayed as like a team hero. Like, you know, in all of his stories, he has someone, another hero with him or something.
Yeah.
Like Nick Fury in this and stuff.
He
But
doesn't need it.
he doesn't need it. Just have him like. I'd really like the plot of the third film if it's gonna be the final one in the trilogy. Probably won't be though.
No,
Just
I
to be
wouldn't
him
think so.
like. He just has to go back to the classic suit. Like he has no way of communicating with any of the Avengers. But I'd like to see a Captain Marvel and Spider-Man team up in the
Okay.
third one. I think that'd be really cool.
Do you think that it's too early for the Sinister Six?
Yes.
I think they need to introduce Kraven.
I think they need
Then
to wait.
then they'd have 4 villains, and then I think you could introduce like 2 in a Sinister Six
Do you think so?
main villain film.
That'd be
Yeah.
risky though.
I don't think so, because I mean they introduced a Vulture and 2 Shockers in one film.
Yeah, that's true. Is he still alive, Shocker?
Shocker is Herman Schultz is still alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess that'll conclude the episode, will it?
It's kind of a bummer because we did record a 1 hour and 2 minute long first episode, and
Yeah.
now it's gone down to about 40 after Matthew edits it.
That's okay though.
That's okay.
We'll
Enough for a podcast
enough for the
episode.
podcast. Yeah.
We don't have to actually think of another podcast idea.
Stay tuned next week for the Raimi films review trilogy.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna be reviewing Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3. Probably be a bit of a long episode because we have a lot to say about these films.
Yes.
And we are recording it on the same day, so yeah, expect a good podcast, I would say.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
It's also our second
It's
time
also the
recording
second time
that.
recording that. Oh, that we recorded that one for like what, an hour? Over an hour?
Nearly. We had such technical difficulties.
Don't even get me started.
But for the first time, we're actually recording in an office.
Yeah,
And
I'm liking the setup.
It is nice. I mean, we're a little close.
Stop it.
You love it.
Love it.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's us for today.
Yes.
So thank you very much for listening. Subscribe.
Subscribe. Thanks all for your kind comments recently.
Yeah. Hit us a like.
Hit us
Yeah.
a like.
Yeah.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Share.
100%.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would really appreciate it. Would you appreciate all your support, guys? So without further ado, that'll conclude the episode.